Welcome to Cox Connections, a link between you, our customers, and what's happening in the community we share. I'm Kim Stanley, Vice President of Operations for Cox Roanoke. Cox Business and the Roanoke Times have partnered to host a series of business discussions for those wanting insight into local issues of importance. Recently, a panel discussed our region's workforce and training needs. Our panel was made up of 4 business leaders. Dr. Rita D. Bishop has served as superintendent of Roanoke City Schools since August 2007. Jay Foster is the president of Soft Solutions. His area of expertise is real-time data integration and production control software for business operations. Jim Poythress is the dean of the School of Business, Engineering, and Technology at Virginia Western Community College. He has been in that position since 2005. In 2009, he was also appointed as the College Administrator for Workforce Development Services. And Hiawatha Nicely, a former CEO in the banking and chemical industries. Dr. Bishop and Hi Nicely join us in the studio today to recap that discussion. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It's just a great discussion, well attended as we talked about earlier, and I just think that a lot of great things going on as it relates to workforce development and in the area. So how important do you believe workforce development is to our region?
Well, I think it's critical. We have to know what the employers want from our students, and I think it's our responsibility to design educational programs to meet those needs.
Absolutely. And then your observations, how do you think the businesses, education, the communities, are we working together well to do that?
Well, I believe that businesses could do a better job of informing the community colleges, local high schools that they're coming into the area. They have jobs that will employ the children and the graduates from this area. And if there are special skill sets that are required, the earlier heads up that they could give to the local training facilitators, it would make it much easier on them to fill those jobs. I read just recently where there was a number of jobs opened in the New River Valley and they had difficulty filling them because of the inability to pass drug tests. Well, I think at the forum, Dr. Bishop talked about a mentoring program, and one of the things that is very important in a mentoring program is we need to get to those kids early and inform them what will keep them out of the workforce if they don't maintain good hygiene and stay away from the drug industry.
Right. Dr. Bishop, speaking of the mentoring program, I thought that too was a great idea, and you really do need business engagement in order for that to be successful.
Well, you know, we have many wonderful parents in the district, and in fact they're all wonderful because they trust us with their children, but there are children who've never seen a parent get up and go to work. I refer to that as intergenerational poverty. And a mentor who just talks about what they do at work and, you know, the stressors of going to work and what to expect. That is critically important to us. As Mr. Nicely was talking, I just thought about something that's so important. The Roanoke Bar Association is going to do a program for us about Now You're 18 and what happens, and we'll do it before people become 18. But all the legal stuff you can get into, you know, a DUI is very serious, particularly if it's an underage drinking DUI. And Mr. Nicely referred to the drug issues. Well, wouldn't it just be pathetic to have one of my 471 certificate people who are now workforce ready have an issue with drugs or alcohol? And I am so proud of the fact that with our community partnerships, we have 10 times more students with certifications graduating workforce ready than we did 4 years ago. And so the mentoring thing is really important, and work with folks like the Bar Association is also important. And Mr. Nicely, better than I, knows what happens if you can't pass those tests.
Right.
Those drug tests.
Yeah. So often the students don't realize at that age that the actions and the things they do can impact them, in the long run.
And we need to be able to get to those children when they are in elementary school.
Absolutely.
And begin that program at that time. As Dr. Bishop said, what's at home generally is what they believe the world's made up of. And what we need to make sure they understand that it's a big old world out there, and there are requirements that they're going to have to meet in order to survive and make a good living and take their children to a better place also.
Right, right.
So I'm hopeful that not only is the mentoring program a big success, I know it will be, but that we can become more proactive from a business standpoint in getting in and offering our services into the educational system to make sure that the kids know what's going on.
We have a wonderful program called 555, 5 Careers in 5 Days for 5th graders. And if you could see 250 plus 5th graders having rich discussions about what they're going to do when they grow up and discussing what they're going to have to do in middle and high school to get there. And then we join with the Virginia Western and being able to provide 2 years of cost-free education. There is just so much hope out there. My missing link is the mentor program.
Right, right. So how do businesses get in touch with the school systems? How do they reach out and become a part of this workforce development?
Well, I would like to invite them to go to the website and email me. We're going to be hiring someone to coordinate this program, and I promise you that you will get return information from us. And probably the easiest thing to do is just to go to rcps.info, and email me and tell me the business, and we'll contact you.
Okay, good, good. Well,
the other side of that is if businesses and industries who are either expanding or seeking to locate, we have our one-stop workforce centers here at the Crossroads Shopping Center that has a number of agencies included at that one stop that has a full coverage of anything that they need to have.
Great.
So we would encourage them to contact them as well as the local public school system.
A lot of opportunity,
Absolutely.
A lot of good discussion at the Executive Discussion Series. Thank you both so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
All right. Still to come, find out what workforce training opportunities are available in our region. That story coming up after the break.